Hello and welcome, whether you're watching in the UK or around the world. Senior Huawei executive Meng Wanzhou is expected to return to China after being freed by a Canadian extradition judge. It comes 3 years after she was detained in Canada because the US wanted to extradite her to face charges of financial impropriety. Ms. Meng's legal team earlier agreed a deal with the US Department of Justice under which charges against her would effectively be dropped. That opened the way, just over an hour ago, for a court in Vancouver to end the extradition case. She had always maintained her innocence and had this to say outside the court just a few minutes ago.
Over the past 3 years, my life has been turned upside down. It was a disruptive time for me as a mother, a wife, and a company executive. But I believe every cloud has a silver lining. It really was an invaluable experience in my life. I will never forget all the good wishes I've received from people around the world. As the saying goes, the greater the difficulty, the greater the growth. Once again, thank you so much.
Well, CBS News correspondent Lori Lynch has been following this story for years, and she explains why Meng Wanzhou was freed.
Well, she was arrested almost 3 years ago. It'll be 3 years ago in December, detained at Vancouver Airport when she had arrived from China. And the process began of Canada dealing with the extradition request from the United States. And it went through so many hearings in court, I cannot tell you. And with all the time Meng Wanzhou being detained at her house, wearing electronic ankle bracelet to restrict her movements. Of course, her house was a mansion in one of the most wealthy areas of Vancouver. And eventually, through this negotiation, which we learn now has been going on for quite some time, we come to today when they had made a deal that essentially lets her walk. She is free now. She is free to leave Vancouver at any time and head back to China in what is called a deferred prosecution agreement, so that if she agrees to abide by the terms of the deal she signed today, then the charges against her will be dropped by the end of 2022. So she apologized to Canadians for any inconvenience she may have caused. I'm sure that Canadians would be thinking that there's been more than some inconvenience to Canadians who are being held in China in what is seen by many here as what they're calling hostage diplomacy.